It was a tough Christmas on the high street, according to figures out this morning. The big retail chains were locked in a price war, giving customers the biggest discounts for a decade, and we bought more stuff, 4% more than last year, but we paid less for it, 2% less, in fact. Here in the West, our big centres told the same story. The Mall at Cribbs Causeway, that saw sales rise by 2.4%. But the big discount outlets, they did much better. Swindon's Designer Outlet Centre, that was growing by 13%. So with the big chains slugging it out in a price war, how did the West small shops survive? Here's our business correspondent, Dave Harvey.
It's our first year and it was our first Christmas. And all I can say is next year I'm going to double my stock. I was absolutely wiped out.
Next Christmas, Kerry Chapman will buy more bags. The interior designer told me she could have sold twice as much in December. Her neighbours did well too. Frome is getting a reputation as a mecca for independent, quirky shops.
It's unique. It's full of independent, individual traders. You know, you've got vintage clothing, you've got home accessories, you've got cafe culture.
So what happened to cash-strapped Britain fighting for a bargain? Well, seasoned shopkeepers tell you of a different atmosphere this year. Trade was steady but cautious.
Everyone is far more careful shopping now. They're not so flippant. There's, I suppose, a more sort of dedicated shopper. I've come with a list. This is what I'm going to have. This is what I want. And I'm not going to look at anything else, just in case. But, you know, I mean, human nature makes us buy just that little extra, which is good for us as traders anyway.
For our Christmas feasts, we went for a bargain. The discounters profited. The big supermarkets all lost out. So, is there room in Bargain Britain for an organic apple? Would the West fork out for a locally made loaf? Surprisingly, perhaps, yes. Sales at this organic supermarket in Bristol rose by 12% this December.
What people are really enjoying is the offer that we give them something that's tangibly different, it's interesting, it's healthy, it's good for them.
This shop challenges everything about conventional supermarkets, right down to what really is a good deal.
Very often people find that they spend more or less the same amount as they used to when they were using nothing but supermarkets. But because of the wisdom around the way they shop and cooking from scratch makes a huge difference. They can get to the counter and still spend the same, but have a really healthy offer.
And Bristolians didn't just buy more local produce in December. They used more of this, the city's own local currency, to do so. 60,000 Bristol pounds were traded in December. That's 70% up on the previous year.
Huge number of new businesses joining, nearly 800 businesses now, and best part of £1 million worth of activity over the year, so it's been an incredible year. People like local independent businesses. They know we're trying to support that, and therefore they support the scheme. And I think the other thing is shopping in Bristol pounds is good fun.
Now, before we get too carried away, today's figures reveal that most people still did most of their Christmas shopping in the big national high street chains, and more than £1 in 10 was spent on the internet. But the high street like this is not dead. In fact, Frome's independent traders are in rather better shape than ever. Dave Harvey, BBC Points West in Frome.
There's been a slump